Yo, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy DavidBWylin, and I'm back at you with another reaction. We got Foolio's cousin brutally took revenge on Yungeen Ace's affiliates in jail, man. We finna get right into this, man. Shout out to Trap Talk, the original poster for this video. We finna get right into this soon, so about make sure I run the likes up and all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's get it.
Foolio's murder keeps getting crazier by the day. From his cousin who is in jail promising to hunt down his killers, to Foolio's mom revealing that it was a paid hit.
Do you think it was a paid hit?
I do.
Even crazier is that Foolio's mom, who has been working closely with the feds, has revealed that more arrests are on the way.
Do you believe more people will be arrested for what happened to your son?
Yes.
Will the feds get to them first, or will Foolio's cousin get street justice once he is released from jail? Kojak's revenge in jail. In 2021, Foolio's cousin Cojak was put behind bars for gun possession. With his time in prison coming to an end, a lot awaits him, and one of the things he has to grapple with is the death of his cousin. According to him, Foolio was like his big brother because they had been together since they were little kids.
So talk about that relationship with you and Julio. Like, he older than you, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a big brother, little brother type
Yeah. Like that, you know. Been around him my whole life.
When Foolio was killed, Cojak posted this photo of him and Foolio while behind bars.
Give me 1 to 2 weeks, and I'll show you how you can start your own.
Clearly, he is hurt by his cousin's passing and will want to take revenge on Yungeen Ace, especially after cops confirmed that ATK, Ace's gang, and 1200 were responsible for his cousin's death. According to police records, Isaiah Chance is a documented ATK member, while Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy are documented 1200 gang members. These three were at the forefront of this deadly plot and were identified as the shooters. Although the shooters are in jail, Kojak
That shit
believes
is so
that
crazy still when I see that, because that video quality is crazy, bro.
Ace is behind the hit. According to Foolio's mom, who has been working closely with the feds, Foolio's murder was a paid hit.
Do you think it was a paid hit?
I do. Who sent you?
And we all know that Ace is the head honcho at ATK. Plus, he went hard on Foolio immediately after he died with 2 brutal diss tracks back to back. However, Ace hopped on IG Live to distance himself from the murders and even went as far as to reveal that the two were cool with each other before he was murdered.
What you think about Foolio dying, cuz? That's sad, twin. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all boys in the street, y'all didn't leave the streets alone, twin. All condone and shit like that. But y'all just gotta stay. Y'all gotta. It's so funny, cause me, bro, like we cool, like we was cool and shit.
One fan commented, Von Tipa energy.
Bro is trolling, bro. Like, that is crazy. Like, when you sit down and like really break the shit down, how it's like real deceased people behind this, like the names they dropping as extra deceased people or people that have been hurt. It's just crazy, bro, because bro is literally sitting here like, that's crazy, bro. Hey, y'all stay on the streets, man. Like, nah, me and him was cool. We were cool. Like, that is wild, bro.
We all know what King Von did when his main op, FBG Duck, was gunned down. He hopped onto X, claiming that the two had squashed their beef behind the scenes. Me and Duck settled our differences right before he passed. We was talking about bringing everybody together as a whole and changing the community for the better. I'ma still stand on that every step of the way. I'ma be thinking of you, even though you dissed my dead homies and family, Von posted. He even teased dropping unreleased music he had recorded with Duck. King Von featuring FBG Duck. I was gone hold this to my album, but if mother wanted Emma, drop that today, or hold it and put Dirk on it too. But it was later revealed that Von had actually placed a $100,000 bounty on Duck's head. Well, even with Kojak sure that Ace was behind the hit, he won't get to him that easy. Immediately after members of 1200 and ATK were arrested for Foolio's murder, the rapper took to his Instagram to tell the world that he didn't fear dying or going to jail, and anyone who tried to step up to him better have the same energy.
You approach me, be ready to die. Be ready to die or go to jail.
That's not your mentality, is that?
That's my mentality. I'm ready to die or go to jail right now.
But it seems like get back for the rapper has already started. Barely a week after Foolio was murdered, an op was shot and killed. This was none other than 29-year-old Darius Beals. On the evening of June 28th at approximately 11 p.m., Beals was seen in the...
Damn, being 29 years old and still in the street shit is crazy, bro. And I get it. It's something you grow up in, so you're around it. Probably majority of your young teen, like, you know, 13, 14, whatever, all the way up to or shit, to him, his late 20s. But that's crazy, bro. Like, at that time, you should be starting a family, bro. Be out that environment, you know, progressing somewhere else. You shouldn't be in the streets, bro. Like, not it. I don't know, man. Like I said, I get it. Some people been in that shit since they were like 13, 14. It's hard to escape it. But just move. You gotta get your money up and move, bro. Like, get the fuck on. I know it's easier said than done, but like, that should be your goal. Your goal is shouldn't be still be in the streets worrying about, damn, bro, I gotta look over my shoulder, make sure ain't nobody trying to pop me, bro. Like, it's just crazy, bro.
In the parking lot at Laurel Grove Apartments. Not long after, multiple gunshots rang out. Within moments, the Clay County Sheriff's Office received multiple emergency calls reporting the shooting. Deputies were immediately dispatched to the scene, arriving within minutes. Darius Beals lay on the ground, having been shot multiple times. Despite the authorities' rapid response, it was too late to save him. Beals was pronounced dead at the scene. So who exactly was Darius Beals? Well, it turns out he was the big brother to one of Jacksonville's most feared shooters, Lul Leakey. Lul Leakey was a member of 1200. However, Leakey was shot and killed back in 20. Foolio and Leakey had a fierce rivalry, with Leakey almost killing Foolio's girl. Their beef started when Foolio beat up Leakey's brother, Lil Papa, at a Foot Locker store. This incident was caught on camera as Foolio and two of his affiliates ganged up on Lil Papa and beat him up. The beating continued until one of Lil Papa's homies showed up to back him up, and Foolio and his goons ran away. It turns out Lil Papa and Foolio were close and even had songs together.
Another shocking thing you mentioned in the record was Lil Papa.
We got songs too. We got songs out on YouTube and shit. We got him, we fought, I beat his ass type shit. I had beat his ass in the mall and shit. Me and my little cousin Cojak beat his ass in the mall and shit.
But Leakey's older brother, Beals, isn't the only one who has been murked following Foolio's death. It seems even females have been caught up in the crossfire. Although this is pure speculation, a woman was shot multiple times while sitting in her car on Emerson Street near Spring Glen Road, and it's believed to be in connection to Foolio's death. The woman was struck multiple times, with bullets hitting her arm, leg, and back. The attackers showed no mercy as they continued their assault. The woman, now critically injured, could do nothing but endure the onslaught. After the brutal attack, the assailants fled the scene in a black four-door sedan. They left behind a scene of devastation and a woman fighting for her life. The Jacksonville war between KTA and ATK has started involving women who are used to set up ops. In a recent interview, Yungeen Ace let the cat out of the bag, revealing how chicks are used in the gang war, and mostly, they give ops their target.
Recently, I've been seeing a lot of, like, females getting knocked off, bro, for setting up niggas and shit, bro. It's definitely crazy times, bro. And niggas only think with the right head, bro, and they fall for the little trap, bro.
Its location.
I tell my dogs, stay away from all them hoes. Yeah, drop your low. And don't it. And don't think nobody set you up. I know for a fact somebody set you up.
Even Foolio's mom hinted at girls being involved in setting gang members up.
You thinking these girls, your friends and all that type of stuff, they try to set you up.
Turns out police reports showed that the killers used a female to get one of Foolio's friends to drop his location. The police report has more shocking information about the hit that saw Foolio killed, and let's just say that the killers were caught in 4K. It turns out the whole plot was captured on surveillance cameras. Foolio's killers caught in 4K. The sinister plot unfolded between June 21st and 23, 2024. Isaiah Chance, Alicia Andrews, Sean Gathright, Davian Murphy, and Rashad Murphy conspired to commit the first-degree premeditated murder of Julio Foolio. Foolio was a prominent member of the Jacksonville street gang, 6 Block or KTA, and his life was about to be cut short in a brutal act of retaliation amidst an ongoing gang war. The 5 drove to Tampa in 2 vehicles, a silver Chevy Cruze and a black Chevy Impala. Isaiah Chance and his girlfriend, Alicia Andrews, drove the silver Cruze, and Gathright primarily drove the black Impala, registered under his mother's name. Their mission was clear to locate and kill Foolio. As they arrived in Tampa, they began tracking their target. Foolio publicly announced his appearances on his Instagram account at Teaser's Gentlemen's Club and Truth 18 nightclub. This provided the perfect opportunity for the defendants to strike. On June 23rd, Chance and Andrews followed Jones and his entourage to both locations in the silver Chevy Cruze. Surveillance cameras captured every move. At both Teaser's Gentlemen's Club Club and Truth 18 nightclub, Chance and Andrews got out of their vehicle. Chance was seen using a cellular phone, later revealed to be Alicia Andrews' phone. Call detail records showed Andrews was communicating with Sean Gathright, who was in the second vehicle, the black Chevy Impala. Chance also had his own phone, active in the vicinity of the murder scene. He was seen on camera wearing a black hoodie with a distinctive red logo. The tension peaked as the defendants followed Foolio and his entourage to the final location, the home's 2 suites. The silver Chevy Cruze, driven by Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews, made 2 passes by the victims' parked vehicles before leaving the scene. This signaled the black Chevy Impala, driven by Sean Gathright and carrying Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy, to move in for the kill.
And you can see the shooters.
Golly, bro. That shit is crazy. They planned it out to the T, bro. Like,
Are getting in position for their planned out murder.
And once they were in position, they opened fire, killing Foolio with a handgun and 2 rifles. Foolio's car sped off immediately after the shots rang out, but it was too late.
And they are shooting at Charles now. And you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying to flee.
The defendants thought they had executed the perfect plan, but underestimated modern surveillance technology's power. After the homicide, the group retreated to their Airbnb, booked from June 22nd to 24. This Airbnb was equipped with a Ring camera at the front door, capturing crucial footage of the defendants' movements. Following the murder, Isaiah Chance was seen stepping out briefly with a champagne flute in his left hand. Davion Murphy was seen carrying a bag in the parking lot and later returning through the front door, passing the camera. Chance and Gathright were seen passing the Ring camera multiple times, and their faces and actions were recorded in high definition. Alicia Andrews was also seen leaving the Airbnb, wearing the same clothing she wore during the murder. These images were crucial in piecing together the timeline of events and identifying the suspects. The investigation didn't stop there. Detectives used video surveillance footage to track Sean Gathwright's movements after the homicide. Approximately 12 hours after the murder, Gathright arrived at a family member's house wearing all black clothing. Similar to what was observed on surveillance video. He went inside the house for a couple of hours and then returned outside around 1830 hours. While speaking on a cellular phone, Gathright was seen wiping or cleaning the vehicle's exterior and interior door handles with a rag. He also transferred multiple bags into the garage, where a 2004 Gold 4Runner was located, before leaving in the same 4Runner. Just 3 days later, he would be arrested in this car, and his world came crashing down. On June 26th, Jacksonville Sheriff's deputies observed the Gold 4Runner speeding through the streets of Jacksonville and signaled the driver to pull over. The driver complied, and the vehicle came to a stop. Little did the deputies know this stop would lead them one step closer to solving the murder of Julio Foolio. The driver of the Gold 4Runner was identified as 18-year-old Sean Gathright. As the deputies approached the vehicle, they immediately detected the strong smell of weed coming from inside. Sean, however, denied having or smoking any marijuana. Despite his denial, the deputies knew they had probable cause to search the vehicle. Sean was asked to step out of the 4Runner and stand at the back while the deputies thoroughly searched the vehicle. As they began their search, they discovered a small bag with weed residue and mushrooms. In the center console, they found a Glock 19, a semi-automatic pistol, but that was just the beginning. In the back seats of the 4Runner, deputies uncovered several bags of ammunition, along with firearm parts and accessories. The sheer quantity of ammunition and the presence of firearm components
so Buddy was driving around with all of that. You wanted to go to jail, bro. Like, what the?
suggested that Sean was not just an ordinary teenager. The deputies knew they had stumbled upon something big. Sean was promptly arrested and taken into custody. He was transported to the Crime Gun Intelligence Center office for interrogation. The deputies hoped that this arrest would yield valuable information that could help them crack the case wide open. Although released, Sean was arrested barely 24 hours later at a local Jacksonville shopping center.
Open the car door! Let me see your hands! Back up to the sound of my voice. Yep. Stop right there. Lift your shirt up. Turn. Do a 360.
The same day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence that would change the course of the investigation. The information pointed to a conspiracy to commit murder, and Sean's arrest was the key that unlocked this new lead. Based on this intelligence, a search warrant was obtained and immediately executed. Detectives arrived at a home located on Jacksonville's north side. They had been informed that Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews were inside the home. The detectives surrounded the house and began giving verbal commands over a PA system.
Isaiah Chance, this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We are in your front driveway. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to the front door with nothing in your hand.
They called for the occupants to surrender for 15 to 20 minutes.
All right, go to your knees. Put your hands behind your back. Now turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
The arrests of Isaiah and Alicia and the evidence found in Sean's vehicle marked a significant breakthrough. The detectives now had 3 suspects in custody, and the puzzle pieces started coming together. However, the story doesn't end there. The search continued for the remaining suspects, shifting the focus to Rashad Murphy. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, with assistance from U.S. Marshals, tracked Murphy's movements, piecing together his whereabouts. Their efforts led them to the Collins Preserve apartments in the Ortega area of Jacksonville. A day after the first 3 suspects were arrested, SWAT units were deployed to the Collins Preserve apartments. The SWAT team surrounded the apartment where Murphy was believed to be hiding, creating a perimeter to prevent any escape. Reports showed that Rashad Murphy had barricaded himself inside the house with a gun to his head on FaceTime with his girl and was refusing to surrender. After a tense standoff, Rashad Murphy surrendered just after midnight.
Nobody was about to office, bro. See, that's that guilt, bro. Just eating at you, bro.
Ending the dramatic operation.
Keep crawling. Hello, towards me.
But this wasn't the only drama in the case. Turns out that while in custody, Sean tried to make a run for it in the most hilarious way. According to police records, Sean was placed in an interview room and attempted to escape custody by climbing out through the ceiling. He climbed onto a table and tried to remove the tiles from the room's ceiling. The drama keeps coming, and according to Foolio's mom, more arrests are inevitable.
Do you believe more people will be arrested for what happened to your son?
Yes.
So more than the 5 that are on the screen right now.
The rap gang wars are not only putting young black men behind bars, innocent relatives are being caught in the crossfire. And Cojak isn't the only rapper to lose his cousin in a gang war. From Quando Rondo to Lil Durk, the list keeps getting longer. Rappers' relatives killed in gang wars. First up is Savannah rapper Quando Rondo. After the death of King Von in 2020, he claimed that he was constantly getting death threats even when he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. However, Quando dared his ops to put their money where their mouths are.
Death threat all you want to, but bro, that's just some words, man. Do be an action.
Quando's enemies seem to have taken up the challenge. Quando has been involved in 2 assassination attempts and has been fortunate enough to escape without injury. The first attempt on his life took place in May 2021. According to reports, Quando and his entourage were caught in a hail of gunfire at a convenience store in Georgia where he had been booked to perform at several venues.
Check this out. State Farm was charging me $179 for auto insurance per month.
Fortunately, one person in his entourage was left with a gunshot wound to the hand. The shooting happened about 10 minutes from the nightclub where Quando had performed the previous night. According to police reports, Quando's entourage was making a quick stop at the convenience store when the shooting started. It was believed that the shooter opened fire either from across the road or from the highway. Luckily, Quando survived the assassination attempt despite being at the parking lot when the shooting happened. The second attempt on his life was more tragic as it claimed the life of his cousin. His killers were determined to get him after failing the first time. The second assassination attempt occurred the following year, on the 19th of November 2022, at a gas station in Beverly Grove. Several gunmen ambushed Quando's entourage and opened fire. Although Quando Rondo was not hit, numerous reports show that he was the intended target. Sadly, a member of Quando's entourage was fatally shot. The victim was loaded into Quando's black SUV by his friends and drove about a mile to West Hollywood, where they were stopped by police officers who were responding to the shooting scene. Cops gave CPR to the victim, who was breathing but not conscious. Video of Quando screaming as they pulled the body out of the car quickly went viral on social media. An ambulance rushed the victim to the hospital. Unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries and died. Quando later identified the victim as Saviaya Robinson, alias Lil Pav, after sharing a photo posing with him on Instagram. Unlike Kojak's cousin Foolio, Quando's cousin wasn't a documented gang member. Was he caught at the wrong place at the wrong time? And while Kojak's cousin was a KTA or 6-block gang member, this next rapper's cousin wasn't part of any street gang. Instead, he was gunned down due to a feud with a fellow rapper. This is none other than Young Dolph, who was cousins with Key Glock. Following Young Dolph's death, Key Glock deleted all his social accounts on Instagram and Twitter. However, he made a comeback a few weeks later where he posted on his story, telling people to stop trying to reach him. "Stop asking me if I'm okay, knowing damn well I ain't," the post read. In an interview, he was asked how he dealt with the loss of his cousin, and he revealed that he still felt the hurt and that nothing could ever make it go away.
Man, ain't nothing. Nobody can tell me it ain't nothing I can do that'll make me feel better. I'm just be 100.
Yeah. Key Glock was Dolph's cousin by marriage. Dolph signed his protege to his Paper Route Empire label in 2017 and released the collaborative album Dumb and Dumber with him in 2019 and the follow-up Dumb and Dumber 2 in 2021. A few days later, he gathered the courage to write an emotional tribute to young Dolph. "Damn, bro, I'm lost," he captioned the post. "My heart is torn, my brain is about to explode. It hurts when I breathe. Why you leave me so soon? I'll never be the same. You was my left-hand man, my brother, my cousin, my mentor and drank partner." Dolph was killed as part of his ongoing feud with fellow Memphis rapper Yo Gotti. The conflict between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti reached new heights on March 2nd, 2016, when Black Youngstar, Gotti's artist, showed up in Young Dolph's Memphis area. Black Youngstar was accompanied by several his goons as they roamed through South Memphis's Castalia neighborhood, reportedly looking for Young Dolph.
Where we at right now, cuz? We in Castalia right now, cuz? What Dolph at, cuz? Where he at, cuz? Where he at? Where he at right now?
It wasn't long before Dolph was shot at. On February 25th, 2017, news spread that Young Dolph had been targeted in a shootout in Charlotte, North Carolina, escalating the rivalry. Over 100 shots were fired at his vehicle, but owing to his armored SUV, Dolph escaped unharmed. On September 26, 2017, Young Dolph was again the victim of a shooting, this time in Hollywood. Details on the incident were scant as she was rushed to the hospital. Yo Gotti was named a person of interest by the LAPD after an altercation.
It's crazy when stuff like that happen when you ain't even in your city, bro. So, shit can happen anywhere, bro. Anywhere, anytime. You just gotta be on point. You gotta be. It ain't even about being on point either, bro. Cause like sometimes, shit, you can't help what's gonna happen to you, bro. It only take a split second. So, even being on point, you can be on the lookout. You could just try to read a situation, but you never know. Niggas can throw you off, and boom.
Between their entourages escalated into gunfire. However, the Los Angeles Police Department reaffirmed a day later that Yo Gotti was not a person of interest in the shooting, denying the early reports. Corey McClendon, a Yo Gotti associate, was instead charged with attempted murder in connection with the incident. Corey was unexpectedly freed without prosecution as the investigation progressed. The next shooting Dolph was involved in claimed his life. The next tragic death is disturbingly close to the Cojak and Foolio situation. Not only was this next rapper's cousin a documented gang member, but he was also a rapper. I'm talking about Lil Durk and his cousin, who was gunned down OTF Nunu. On a seemingly ordinary Saturday afternoon in Chatham in June 2014, the life of a promising young artist was brutally cut short. The circumstances surrounding Nunu's death were as shocking as they were heartbreaking. At 3:20 p.m., when Nunu was sitting in a sport utility vehicle in the 700 block of East 87th Street, the South Side neighborhood of Chatham, known for its bustling streets and vibrant community, became the scene.
It's been 10 years, bro. Like, I remember like seeing the little story of this when it first happened.
Of a horrific crime. As Nunu sat in his vehicle, someone approached and opened fire, unleashing a barrage of bullets. The vehicle, now out of control, crashed into the front of a store in a strip mall at 87th and Cottage Grove. The scene was chaotic, with police and emergency services rushing to the location, but it was too late for Nunu. Cojak isn't the first rapper whose cousin has been killed in a gang war, and if we know anything about the streets, he may think about revenge once he gets out of jail. Will he go after ATK in 12?
Alright, man, that's the end of that video right there, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section below. Make sure y'all run the likes up, sub, new time, post notifications, man, all that good stuff. It's your boy DavidBWylin, and I'm out.